Hello, New Wave of British Heavy Metal.com here. Today it's the 23rd of January 2022. Before we look at today's video, if I could ask the opening request for a favour, and that's if you would please subscribe to the channel, that'd be excellent. Every subscriber helps. Okie dokie, today a band called Stryder, going all the way back to the New Wave of British Heavy Metal days, and those wonderful people at Obscure NWOBHM Releases have unearthed another one from back then. I don't know how they keep doing it, but I do hope they do keep doing it. And so this time it's Stryder. Now, whilst geographically this isn't strictly New Wave of British Heavy Metal because Stryder were from Ireland, let's not get a little bit of water between here in England and across the Irish Sea. Let's not let that get in the way, because we're all friends here, right? So it qualifies, doesn't it? It qualifies as NWOBHM. Anyway, Stryder were around from the back end of the 70s to the early 1980s, and had quite a burgeoning reputation on the Irish rock scene, but unfortunately for them didn't manage to break out of that. And all they had to show for their efforts back then, as far as released material was concerned, was a solitary single, Forcing Through, which I think was 1980. But now, Obscure NWOBHM Releases have unearthed that, along with a session which Stryder did back then for RTE Radio. And given that it is now a 40-odd-year-old session, the quality is a little bit muddy. But the talent and ability certainly shine through well enough. We've got 7 songs here, all well constructed, punchy rockers, some fine, there's a lot of finesse in there, a lot of melody built in, and some really superb guitar work, which when you hear it will bring to mind a certain band also from Ireland who well, let's say at this time they were rather popular. Now, any ideas who it is or was? Well, Thin Lizzy, of course. Stryder's songs and style here, it's not dissimilar to Lizzy, in particular the guitar work, which does make one think of the classic Scott Gorham, Brian Robertson output in that classic Lizzy period. But that said, Stryder are not a Thin Lizzy rip-off band by any means, if that's what you might be thinking by what I've just said. If anything, Stryder come across to me as being a bit heavier than Thin Lizzy were, and they do have a style of their own, although it is reminiscent somewhat of Thin Lizzy. So looking at the songs pretty quickly, Forcing Through, tasty, fast-paced, punchy piece, nice solo in there. Woman has a great hook, it's very catchy. Darkened Days expands on heaviness somewhat, and more of those fine twin guitars going on, big chugging rhythm chords, lead breaks over the top, marvellous. God Bless You and Goodbye, another couple of short, snappy rockers to show that, and then to show that they can do the soulful stuff as well. The last song, Why, is around 5 minutes of moody, brooding, slowish, bluesy type stuff with some excellent slow burn and emotional solo work going on in there. If you like Thin Lizzy, then I'm sure you'll like Stryder. Top marks once again to Obscure NWOBHM Releases for turning up another gem from back then. I don't know how they keep doing it, but please keep doing it. You know, yesterday I did a video on Tokyo Rose, for example, and that Stryder came out at the same time as that, so I'm catching up a little bit. But as I mentioned, well, I don't think I did mention, but I'll mention it now. As is usual with Obscure NWOBHM Releases, it is a limited edition run of CDs, and there's only 600. Well, there's 599 at least, because I've got one, right? And as I typed this on the 23rd of January 2022, both Obscure NWOBHM Releases is showing it as available still, and also good old Sonic Age Records. They're my main 2 places I go looking for stuff like this. And I say, as I put this video together, 23rd of January 2022, both Obscure NWOBHM Releases and Sonic Age Records show Stryder's Darkened Days as still being available. I'll put links in the description box below so you can click through and pick up a copy for yourself if there are any left. It really is excellent stuff. So please do that. Please also subscribe to the channel before you go. That'd be excellent and appreciated. And of course, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and do take care.